the old man just like makes up euphemisms all the time.
Yeah.
Because he's got Tourette's. But all the time, I'll just be like, that's the way the cookie breaks apart. Just dumb shit. Oh, I like that.
Suicide waffle?
That's a suicide ego.
That's great.
Yeah.
Who drew those?
One of Tiffany's friends. Her name is April Picaretta.
Get out of here.
She is married to Jeff Picaretta's brother.
What?
Yep.
What?
Wow. What's she like?
That's insane.
Clearly artistic.
Super artistic. I've only met her a few times. She's kind of quiet, but she's super fun. I mean, she's an amazing artist. So
Clearly. Yeah, those were great.
yeah.
Okay. What have you met Jeff Picaretta's brother?
I have not met his brother. No.
Damn.
No.
Wonder what that's like.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
Pickles is a weird dude.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep talking, Brian.
We're supposed to.
I'm smoking weed right now. I will. I'll keep talking. Don't worry.
I've
know you are.
been supposed to hang out with him several times, like over the last 4 years, but just have not.
Just hasn't happened.
Yeah. But
What's-
like she tells me some pretty cool shit. Like they're cool people. They're like people who I would like, fucking nerds into Marvel and comic books.
Okay.
And she's shown me some of the shit that she's drawn, like where she'll just like fucking start drawing Marvel characters, and it's just fucking ridiculous. So I had those jokes, and I was like, these are going well. Like maybe I should like figure out maybe make merch out of this.
I think it's a great idea.
And then I saw this, and so I'm trying to figure out now turning this in. I'm going to try to turn it into a website.
Okay.
Where it's like a weekly comic strip.
That'd be
where
fun.
It can be like, because this is more than just a fucking T-shirt.
Sure.
Like this
It's
is
at least
this is-
stickers.
Well, I mean, it's just so good that it's like, why just waste this on like a one-off thing? Let's fucking make something out of this.
Sure.
If it's viable, if she's into it, we'll see. So
Yeah. Does she have any background in like animation or anything, or is it just drawing? It's like still.
I think it's just still.
Okay.
I think it's just drawing. So
If you could find somebody to animate that, that'd be pretty dope.
Dude,
I
you
wanna
know
do
who's
just like a
you know who's an
4-panel
animator
comic
is Constantiniamos.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's like
Wiss
his...
is boyfriend's an animator
really?
too. Yeah, but he doesn't really do anything but his own stuff.
Oh, okay.
Is that what Con does, or does he do shit with other people?
I don't know.
Did you hit
like
this?
I've asked Con to do us
Oh.
to do. No, I'm good. To do like a little animation for us to play at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
And he was game for it, and then we just didn't have anything materialize.
Okay.
Because that's Con.
Yeah.
Like he's just a flaky little bird.
Yeah.
Are we still gonna debut our fucking?
Oh yeah, we're
theme song
debuting.
this
Fuck
week?
him. Fuck him.
Yeah.
So
Have you heard our theme song?
I have.
yeah,
Fuck yes,
it's great, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Our guest today.
We all have theme songs now.
Our guest today was supposed
Yes.
to be Scott Gesser,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty sure is how you pronounce his name.
Gesser, yeah.
Yeah, Gesser.
Yeah, I should have just said it with authority.
Yeah, just fucking pretend
Yeah.
you know what you're talking about, Bill.
So since he's not here,
Yeah.
in his honor, can we share stories about him and then also talk shit about him?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
That'd be
we're
fun,
we're
right?
definitely
We
talking shit
told
about
him we were gonna talk shit about
Yeah.
him.
He should know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was supposed to be our guest today. Had a fever. Brian just got home from a crazy day at work.
What did he have, the Onco fever?
He even sent us a picture of his thermometer.
That's such a Jewy thing to do.
Yes.
That's so beautiful.
Yes.
Did he set it next to his shekels? Like, why did he it's real mercury.
We should have asked him to take it in front of today's newspaper as well, so
That's
that
Who
we
great.
the fuck
knew,
has a
but-
newspaper? That's like an impossible task. He doesn't feel good. I'm not going to
Yeah,
make
but
him
he
go
runs a
buy
scavenger
newspaper.
hunt. He can find a newspaper.
He can get today's newspaper.
God, that's the best thing about him. Like,
Is that-
fuck his drawings, fuck his musical talent. It's the fact that he runs that scavenger hunt.
Ugh, that scavenger hunt was incredible.
That was the one of the most like we talked about it a lot with Buck.
Okay.
But it was like one of the most fun experiences I've ever had.
Did you
as
talk
an
to Buck
adult.
about how miserable he was that day?
Yeah.
What did he talk about it?
No.
Oh, God damn it.
He talked about it. He said he was having a terrible time all day, and then
Oh, dude, he
then
was.
he felt better after a while, but
He
he didn't
wa-
tell us why he was having a terrible.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was a miserable fuck. Like when we got back to the house, it was like almost sad in here. You could feel it. Like I was like, I don't want to even do this. And like Buck's clearly not into it, but it was
Yeah.
like, no offense to him, but it was like bringing down the mood. Cause like
Yeah.
the three of us were ready to go. We weren't like overbearing, but we're like ready to go, ready to have fun. And
Yeah.
Buck's just like, it's like, why did you even show up, man? But then we got him to crack a code, and if you know anything about
That's what we talked
Yeah.
about. It was like his turning point was, oh my god, I know this. This is Wingdings. I'm gonna figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Like, and he just sat down and Rain Manned like several codes, and then was in.
Yeah, like we were the worst crime-solving team ever, and Buck was like at HQ cracking the code, like, guys, you need to go end up in a police car. And we're like, all right, Buck, you kind of wasted your time on that one.
I mean, that could have been doable. We just, for whatever reason, didn't see a cop in downtown Phoenix the one time we wanted to.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't go 2 feet in downtown Phoenix without seeing a cop ever.
It's
I know.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's so many police. Response time is like 1 point whatever minutes.
Okay, response time is so crazy. What was it, like 2 months ago now? I get home, Devin's like, there were just gunshots like right outside.
Yeah.
And then Bill's walking in. I'm sure you talked about it on here.
No, I was sitting on the
but like you walked in and told me like, did you guys hear the fucking gunshots? Like,
dude, I was out. So I was outside. I was getting out of my car, and this like dark blue, purplish, like it looked like a Ford Focus, like the 4-door sedan back, and it took a left onto 10th from McKinley, so going towards Welcome Diner, and the passenger had a piece out the window and popped off 3 rounds.
Jesus Christ.
And I
like in the air?
In the air.
Fuck.
And I froze. I just just kind of like
Oh,
I even
man.
put my hands out like this.
Did you really?
I swear to God. Like I was on a boat that just got rocky. Like that was gonna save me.
Freezing is scary too.
Yes.
Like it's like I've had situations happen where I've frozen, and it's terrifying to just like, why can't I move for just this split second?
It was just a split second, yeah. But it was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And then I realized like that guy just shot a gun in the air. Like, because I saw him taking it down. Like I had locked my car, and then I'm OCD, and I always have to like check it again. And so I turn around,
because
check
people
it.
are definitely going to break into your car. It's the same thing I say to Devin. She's got like the 3rd biggest piece of shit in the neighborhood. She's like, make sure it's locked.
What's wrong with the Kia? There's nothing wrong with the Kia.
The front's falling off.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you drive it, it yells at you.
Yeah.
Bill, it looks like it's a salvage title, okay?
yeah. That's why I bought it, because I'm not nice to cars.
Because
Yeah.
it is a salvage title.
Yeah.
That's why you bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine. It's not like a giant piece
No.
of shit, but it's still like it's below a 6.
yeah, it definitely is.
You know?
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Anybody want to buy a car?
I just told him
By
all
the
it was
way,
a
how
salvage
much do you
title,
think
so
that
no.
if you sold that car right now, how much do you think you can get for it? Because I need to judge like how bad your salesman skills are.
I think I could get. I think I could probably get like 3,800. It's a 2012 with,
As is.
As is.
You think 3,800 as is?
Uh-huh. It's a
I'd love to see that.
2012 with 91,000 miles on it. Even if you just parted that car out, that car's worth $5,000.
It's
If you just cut pieces off of it where they're good,
the
Bill,
only
I'm going to
reason.
tell you 2,500.
Yeah, I
on
think
that bad boy.
especially with the steering column, I think it's under $3,000.
all right, I can fix the steering column. I have the.
We're
the
not-
little-
He's been able to fix that steering column for.
It doesn't
about a
bother
year
me.
now?
It doesn't bother me.
It's really not. It's weird to get used to. But the reason I'm asking and is because you're right now like an eBay salesman for some woman. And the other day he's just like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're keeping the TV, which I was like, obviously we're keeping the nice TV. Like this woman gave you a TV with no contract. That's
Yeah.
your TV. You know what I mean? He's like, I'll sell that TV for $150 online. And I'm like, Billiam. There is no way. And then he gives me the whole like my dad's sales pitch. He's just like, that's the Aquos. Mispronounce it. It's Aquos.
I said Aquos.
You did not.
I
It's
said
the Aquos.
I
that
said
was the best
Aqueous.
TV you could buy in 2012. That is something you said out loud to me. And I was like, that's right, Bill. And now it's 2019. And like, that is, I mean, that's literally it's a nice TV. I love it. Don't get me wrong.
You still can't buy that big of a TV for $150.
What
Yes,
size,
you can.
What size TV is
It's
it?
47 inch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can get a brand new one.
But it's
with
like a
Roku
Husqvarna,
built in.
and you have to fucking start it with a pull start.
Yeah, but it's still 1080p. That's not even 1080p.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
Sure
720.
it
Bill.
is.
Bill, I don't know over Christmas if you saw some of the fucking TVs
Really?
that they were selling.
Crazy? Were they crazy cheap?
In fucking insane.
Oh, don't
Insane.
do this. Don't, Brian.
Insane.
Brian, what
What?
are you doing?
I'm sorry. It's work.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were pulling up
He
like
thought-
a TV.
Yeah.
No,
You were gonna fact check him.
I'm sorry. I would
Which-
honestly, I would ignore it, but it is work, and I
Yeah.
just gotta.
He can't
I-
stand to be
no,
fact checked because he
tot-
talks so much shit that he can't support.
Yeah.
It's like if anyone ever Googled this, everything would be proven wrong.
Yeah.
No, they were selling TVs for ridiculous. Like,
Anyway.
I have a 55-inch TV that I bought fucking 5 years ago for like $550, which was a good deal back then.
Yeah.
The amount of TVs that I saw for $250 to $300 that were bigger, better TVs than mine were almost like, I should buy this.
Yeah.
But I didn't because like I don't fucking really need it, and I would have to get rid of this other TV. But it's like,
It's a pain in the ass to get rid of a TV, apparently.
well, I just like
Anybody,
what do
if you
do
want
with
a
it?
sharp Aquos, hit me up. I'll work with you.
How dare you, sir? Get me a sharp Aquos. It's got the 720 pixels.
Have
you seen our bills
It's definitely a 1080. It's definitely a 1080. I'm gonna.
I know.
I'm
I
gonna
can tell you.
check.
You know what?
How
I
do
don't
you
know.
know?
But because it only streams from my phone in 720.
Well, it's because your phone's a fucking shitbag.
Oh, my iPhone 8S is a shitbag.
What
shitbag.
service do you have?
Verizon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
have like
he's-
literally
he's-
the second best thing you can have.
Yeah, no, he's,
How dare
he's
you?
doing
What's the
good.
first best?
I would say like the new iPhone.
A Google Pixel 2 is the best thing.
Ooh,
you can
Google
have.
Pixel 2s are
Obviously
pretty sweet.
not when you
Is that what
call
you have?
people and
Hello?
the fucking
Hello?
and the flashlight turns on.
I dropped it
That is-
running the other day.
You know what? At least you were running.
I was.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I hug Matt, it's like hugging a new person because he's littler. And I
Before
hate
we
it.
before we
smaller.
came in here, I kept talking about just like how great he looks right
he looks
now.
fantastic.
Yeah, he got the haircut and the beard
He looks
trim.
great.
He looked like one of the
Thank
Hemsworth
you.
brothers.
Yeah, shout out to Mug Grooming in
Ooh.
Gilbert and to Rachel in particular. She did a fantastic job.
I'm sorry, this is gonna sound sexist, but a woman did that.
Yes. So I had an appointment. I was like,
I mean, that's real though. Like
It is.
You don't
It's-
expect like women normally shy away from beard.
Yeah,
They're like-
and I don't even really trust them with the up to up.
Really?
Yeah,
looked-
have had it fucked up too much.
I looked specifically. I was
Uh-huh.
like, I've got shit that I need to look clean for. So I would either get rid of the beard or keep it. And I was like, I'm going to try to keep it first. And I found something online that was like, I like this look. I think someone can do it. And then I got online and I looked and I was like, oh, this place is a men's basically like salon that they advertise for like beards and hair. And I was like, they got good reviews. I'm going to go in. And I set up an appointment with one chick. And when this girl saw
know who
me
you
came
could-
in,
no-
she switched it around. And she was like, when I saw you, like I saw your beard, I was like, I want to know what we're doing. And she's like, my favorite thing to do is beard transformations.
Beard transformation.
So she took pictures like all around my head before and after. So
Wow.
they'll be on Instagram later. I'll share them
Oh,
on my
fuck yeah.
account. but-
You know who you can thank for this is
We have another
large gay men with a beard.
yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, well, it's more of the acceptance of like having a beard and shit, and more people who have beards have fucking money and they're willing to pay to have someone specialize in taking care of a beard.
There was a Vice article. It was either like Vice or Reductress, one of the two. Honestly,
Yeah.
I have no idea. But it popped up on my Facebook the other day, and it was the headline of it was like, "Sorry, dudes, beards aren't cool anymore." And it's like, okay, fuck yourself, whoever wrote this. Like, I don't give a shit what you think about me.
Yeah.
And just because beards are now like cool doesn't mean that you get to just say that they're not cool.
Right.
Fuck you. Like, I like that Jim Carrey in this picture has a gigantic man beard. I like that Matt can go and get a woman to shape his beard. That's a beautiful thing.
Oh man, she did it freehand and shit too.
Get out of here.
She's sitting there just
Yeah, she just
Edward Scissorhandsing
she just
it.
turned me and she would just be like head up, head down, and she just had she had the clippers and she had a comb and she was just going bop bop bop. She was fucking good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic. I'm going back, so
that's great.
yeah.
I started when I had hair. I would only get it cut by Russian dudes because I would go and like I'd go to salons or barbershops.
Russian
and,
dudes?
Oh, Russian dudes are the best haircut people.
Actually,
Russian dudes are pretty awesome. I've gone to
I
a
had
barber shop.
we
where a
had
Russian dude did my
Israeli
beard.
barber in Tempe that we would go to. It was
I'm sure he was
and
great.
my, oh fuck,
yeah. I'm thinking
savage.
just like
he was a savage
across the ocean,
Yeah.
and you're good. Israeli, Russian, they probably hate each other, but they both cut, they both cut hair well.
I went to a barbershop. It was all Russians in there.
And they like barely spoke English, right? Which barbershop was
A lot
it?
of them were younger. It was North Phoenix. It was up by House of Comedy up there. That one up there.
Actually,
Fees?
Yeah.
I went
Okay,
to I was
yeah.
in, I was in Wicker
Those are
Park.
all Russian dudes.
I was in
Yeah.
Wicker Park, Chicago. Like I went to this.
I'm sorry, did you say Wigger Park,
Wicker.
Chicago?
Wicker.
I misheard him.
Wicker?
My bad.
Wicker Park.
Wicker
Chicago.
Park sounds better.
And I was in Wicker Park's like Puerto Rican, and so I went to a Puerto Rican barber. They
Great.
were fucking
Yep.
fantastic.
That's who cuts hair in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, all Puerto Ricans. But what I was going to say is that I had probably like 5 women cut my hair, all fucked it up. I had a woman try to trim my beard one time and just like ruined it. And I was like, no offense, but you just don't know what you're doing.
Actually,
like,
you had a woman ruin your hair.
I did
recently.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know about this yet?
No, I haven't heard this.
So this is new, obviously.
Yeah.
And
I liked it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually gotten a lot of compliments on having no hair.
You have a
lot-
good shaped head.
Thanks. Yeah, so after it happened, Devin was like, wow, your scalp isn't even lumpy. And I was like, is that a thing that could have been here? Like, I didn't want a lumpy ass scalp.
Did
It's
you
terrible.
suspect that the whole time,
Yeah,
Devin?
she was clearly worried about it because, like literally the second I was done, like, wow, no lumps or anything.
That's
It's
amazing.
great.
I love it though. Like Brian's still like enough of a. You can tell he had a good childhood because he's got a couple scars on his head.
Oh, I had an active childhood.
Good childhood, as in like you played outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you're, I don't know, this side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My
There's two right
brother,
there.
my brother hit me in the head with a golf club.
Oh, fuck.
Like a driver. Yeah, I'll get back to why I shaved my head.
yeah,
but
back to that.
It was Easter, I think. Yeah, I'm almost positive it was Easter at my aunt's place, and my brother, for some reason, at like an Italian Easter party, was like just practicing his fucking driver swing, which isn't a good idea. You know, like
No.
we had young brothers, like 4 years old, but he was
Is
fine.
this an older brother?
No, I'm the.
I thought so.
It's my brother that passed away.
Oh, okay.
So he was like, I think I was like 12,
Okay.
say, and so he's like practicing his swing, and I like walked over to him, touched his shoulder, and was like, I have to walk behind you.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can go. I was just like,
Yeah.
please don't swing. I'm gonna be walking behind you. Turns to me, goes, okay. And then I take like 2 steps and I just feel like whoosh, catches me on the backswing. Just was a fucking asshole, you know, as far as I know. Hit me in the head and I was like, you motherfucker. And I started chasing him and just started like beating him. My parents were like, what the fuck's going on? And then I was like, man, I'm feeling really lightheaded. And then there's just like blood gushing out of my fucking head.
Oh, fuck.
And
This is why Brian's my roommate.
I just like
He
freaked
beat
out.
his brother's ass on fucking Easter.
Yeah.
That's a
with,
real
like,
Bill thing.
with a bloody head.
With a bloody head. Yeah.
And we had to go to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, the cut had healed, like it had scabbed up because I was waiting for like 3.5 hours with head trauma.
Jesus Christ.
And so they like sat me in the room and they're like, okay, well, this could be bad, but it's scabbed up, so I have to break it open. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? Like, I remember being like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And I went to the bathroom and I like tried washing it because I think he said like, you know, try washing it. It basically, if it starts bleeding again.
Do you have a bunch of hair at that time too?
Yeah. I was, 12, 13. I think it was like short, but it was like I
Okay.
had a full head of
You
hair.
didn't have the emo hair.
No, I didn't have emo
That
hair
wasn't
yet.
emo phase
that was
yet.
like maybe that was after the head trauma.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird how you
Weird
would
he
get
got
dark and
sad.
depressed
Weird
after
that he
you
got sad after
Yeah.
head trauma.
But
There might be a correlation.
yeah, so I washed it a bunch and like I don't know, it bled, it didn't bleed. Basically, it did whatever it had to do for them to warrant further investigation. And so I remember her just like putting her hand on either side and just going like just pulling and like being like screaming in pain because it was a fucking fresh wound that she
Why
just like
didn't
ripped
they,
open.
They didn't numb you at all or nothing?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh,
I remember it hurting. So
my God.
yeah, I remember hurting a lot. So
Yeah.
I would assume they didn't numb it.
That's fucking brutal.
Isn't pain like that just crazy that like you remember exactly?
I can
how
feel
that
it in my
feels,
back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it for the first time in a while. I'm like, oh my
When
God,
I was
it
a
just
little
hurts so
when I was a
bad.
little kid, I got a piece of coal in my eye. Like riding on a fucking like
course.
Wait, that's
Of course.
we were in the
Bill Laskowski, as a little kid, got a piece of coal in his eye.
Why, Bill? Oh, I was working at the mines at 5. There was an explosion. My canary died.
No, we were at the Wisconsin Dells riding one of those fucking old timey steam engines, and I had my head out the window like a little asshole, and just caught a piece of coal in the. I remember like I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I still to this day can remember like fighting the doctors and how bad my fucking eyeball hurt.
Man. Jesus.
It felt like I was just. It felt like something was just ripping me apart.
Yeah. The most pain I've ever been in is breaking my fucking tailbone. And I broke it really, really brutally.
Oh,
like we fucking lived in the woods with dirt roads, and it fucking snowed.
What state?
Arizona. We lived
Oh,
in the
okay.
mountains here.
All right.
So up outside of Payson.
Okay.
Like 5,500 feet.
I love Payson.
Right at the base of the rim. I love Payson too.
I love
such trash.
Payson
I love a lot of
Strip
things.
Club.
Yeah.
Pizza place?
It's
Yeah.
now. It's
No.
for sale.
Is it for sale
The
again?
one with the
That's
Pizza Place.
is it? Yeah, Pizza
Pizza
Place.
Place.
It's got the sign. I just want to describe the sign. It has a cow.
Yeah, it's my hometown, buddy. That's where I'm from.
It has a cow on top, and then it says like adult cabaret below it.
Have
So-
you been to that strip club?
Yeah, I've not been in there. Okay, so I've never been in there as like a patron. All right.
You've only
But-
been
Have you
there
been
as
there
a
as a
working
dancer?
girl.
But I have been there. I used to work for a linen delivery service.
Matt, I never knew you were a dancer. Can you show us some moves? Come on, get on the table for the camera.
Oh, Pete's Place? You mean my uncle's joint? Yeah.
You mean Uncle Pete's place? Oh, fuck. I used to deliver linen there. I used to work for like a uniform and linen delivery company. So
For the tablecloths?
rags and shit and towels and like.
Did you have to pick up the dirty ones?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I have another story about that. We'll have to get back to that. Pete's Place, real quick. I've been in there to service it, and it was fucking nasty.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it's like the guy who owned it,
Pete?
didn't ever get. No, it used to be this old fucking bar and restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like a steakhouse forever, and then it just shut down because it's in Star fucking Valley, and you can't really support it.
Yeah.
And then some dude from the Phoenix fucking bought it and turned it into a strip club, and he brought girls from the Valley to dance up there.
Okay.
And like I've heard so much fucking drama about like dudes going in there and him being like, "Hey, you can't fuck my girls," and then like these guys actually fucking these girls. There's used to be fucking drama like that all the time. I heard people talk about it all the
Yes.
time. I went in there a few times because I worked for this company and I would service it, and most of the time I would just drop shit off outside.
Did you ever
and pick up.
service anyone?
No.
Oh.
It was pretty bad. Like one time specifically I went in there and like every girl in there was like, ugh, like I don't understand. And then like on the stage, like one of the dancers was dancing for one of the security guards. Like the security guard was sitting at the stage, the only person.
Mm-hmm.
One chick on the stage. All she has is a G-string on. And she's like in a crab pose, and she's really just grinding her pussy up against his nose.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a place.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? At this point, I'm still in a cult, and like all this shit is super taboo. Like I shouldn't even be in a strip club.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm not even supposed to be looking at porn or masturbating or doing anything like that. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like this is ridiculous.
Do you think that spelled the beginning of the end for you and your cult?
No.
No, you
beginning
didn't
of
see the
end
pussy
was-
grinding and.
Oh, I
No.
fucking used to watch porn and shit all the fucking
okay.
time. Like but I felt
That look on his
horrible
face.
about it.
That look on his face tells you he's real.
Yeah.
Watch a lot of
Yeah.
porn.
Oh, yeah. No, I was fucking.
Come on.
Yeah, I was trying. It was all secret though.
Yeah.
it was all secret and shameful, and I was all
I
going to
mean,
hell for it.
it's still
but-
secret and shameful. I don't watch porn with anybody.
Oh, I fucking do. Yeah, I don't fucking care.
Watch porn Not this morning. I didn't have enough time. But most mornings.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm not watching with anybody though. Like, I'm still secretive and shameful about it.
Oh, I watch it with people.
Yeah, good for you. Look at you being all woke.
Yeah, good for you.
So here's another strip club that we used to service. It's called Blue Moon, which is this club on Van Buren and 32nd Street.
Okay.
no.
That was just recently in the news because their shuttle driver dropped somebody off at the door, and the guy didn't want to go in, and she pulled a gun on him and made him go inside.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was arrested.
Woof.
That club.
I want to meet her.
That club.
Yeah.
That club is a full nude club, and it is fucking nasty. And
Do you mean like nasty in that it's unclean or?
unclean? And it's basically
A front for prostitution?
absolutely
Yeah, it's
because what
fucked up.
happens is when you walk in the door, one of the dancers will come find you, and you can pay for whatever dance you want. But really, what they're doing is they take you over to the table and they jerk you off underneath the table because
Great.
it's so fucking dark in there. And like, I didn't realize this the first few times I like was servicing the place, but then I realized like all the towels.
You imagine the underside
Or
of that
crusty?
table?
Well, no, all the towels. I wouldn't fucking touch those.
Yeah.
I went in there with rubber gloves, but I realized like what they were doing with the towels is all the benches. They put our towels on lining all the benches. It was like
Cum towels.
Yeah, exactly.
At the ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we were servicing cum towels.
I was
for
going to say,
strip club.
I mean, you got to put something there. Otherwise, it's going to look like the underside of a school desk, but with loads. Just a bunch of fucking stalactites hanging there.
Wow. That's horrendous.
Yeah.
Who fucked up your hair? Let's go.
Oh,
back.
no, wait.
Oh, yeah.
wait.
Oh, we going somewhere else? Okay.
Well,
What's this?
Okay, so you had brought up how you broke your tailbone story, and
Oh yeah.
we need to go back to how his hair got fucked up. But I want to hear that first
All right.
because that sounded horrendous.
Broken tailbone. Dirt roads, snow. There's like a foot of snow. It's dumping snow. Two of my friends are on a quad. Me and another one of my friends we used to go sledding, and we'd get a truck or a quad and we'd pull whatever and pile a bunch of people on there and get fucked up drunk, and that's what we did when it
Safe.
snowed.
Yeah.
No, not safe at all.
Ah.
Like people got fucking hurt,
Great.
and I'm one of the people who got pretty hurt.
Did you?
So
I think I see where this is going.
I
So
know exactly
we
where this
go-
is going because I've broken my tailbone like this.
So, like, we're trying to find a sled for the night. And usually what we do is just cruise the village. It was Tono Village is where it was. And try to find, like, any kid who left a sled in their yard. And we just steal their fucking sled.
What great people. You're so sweet.
Garbage people.
Yeah.
Dude. We
I
were
mean-
garbage people.
I've done that.
Yeah. So we couldn't find anything. But what we did find one night was, you know those turtle sandboxes?
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
We got the top shell fucking perfect. The top of it, the shell is perfect for a sled. So we
Okay.
got that, cut a hole in it, had a rope, and two people on our quad were pulling me and my buddy around, and we were going around a corner. I can't fucking see shit. It's snowing so bad. The quad's kicking up so much snow. And he yells, bail. And I'm like, what? And then immediately he's gone, and I was behind him, and I'm going into a ditch. And then all of a sudden, like, I just see a flash and just feel the most excruciating pain in my life coming from my ass. And I'm just dying. I'm in agony. I'm in agony. And, like,
You know,
we
when
look at the
you reach
sled.
back for it, like when you fuck up your tailbone, you always do the same move.
Yeah.
You reach back and you push you arch your back
Yeah.
as hard as you can, and you just try to make it like, oh God, I can feel it right now.
Yeah. So this sled went into a ditch. I'm looking at the sled now, or this turtle shell, and there's a big chunk of sled missing, which is the shape of my ass. It's just gone. And so there's this big shape of my ass just gone. And then I look around a little bit, and there's this giant chunk of concrete. Like when you put a post in the ground, you pour the concrete in.
Yeah.
And then, like, you just take the post out of the ground and you just leave it sitting there.
Uh-huh.
I hit one of those
Oh.
with my tailbone, flying around the corner, sledding, probably going 30 miles an
Great.
hour.
Oh.
And I, like,
I teared up a little bit right now.
I could barely fucking
What?
walk.
I'm tearing up a little bit. Like I'm just.
It's so painful.
Ugh.
Like,
That sounds awful. Awful. It sounds
It's
awful.
awful.
Yeah.
Like my mom didn't really believe me. I was like, because I
Did
got
you
home.
show her your ass?
No. She was like, you have to go to school, and like we had to sit in these hard fucking.
You went to
plastic
school in the
chairs.
cult?
Yeah.
Oh.
Barely.
Okay.
Not very much.
All right.
I got pulled out of school all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different shit. But yeah, that's how I broke my fucking tailbone. It was
Ugh.
horrible. It's so fucked now. Like
All right.
it still just will randomly start hurting for no reason.
That's awful.
Oh, yeah,
You ever
so
had an X-ray of your pelvis?
No. I have after I rolled a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an X-ray of my pelvis once, and I was like looking at it with the X-ray tech, and then I could see the outline of my dick, and I felt so self-conscious in that moment. I'm just like, this girl can completely see like what I have. Like,
I knew it was going to be about his dick. It's like Bill's going to talk about his X-ray and his penis in the same sentence, and I was right. And of course, it involved a woman too.
I thought he was going to talk about his tailbone. I honestly did.
Really?
Sick
No,
on
I
there.
saw it. It was
Yeah.
like, I got an X-ray pelvis. You know what you could see? My cack. That's what you could see in it. It's a nice thick line. I got self-conscious about this chick seeing my monster cock.
no, I didn't know. I didn't know that it was an okay sized dick at the time, so it was scary. You know, I was like, fuck it, like maybe 14, 15. Like,
Oh, that changes things.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like-
an uncomfortable
Yeah.
it
time.
was an uncomfortable moment, Brian.
Yeah, I had a chick come in when I was like, I think I might have been 17, honestly, and it was like a hot chick doctor intern came in and was like, okay, I'm gonna check your testicles now. Full on erection, like immediately. I couldn't help it. She was like, she was like 20. If I'm thinking back, she was probably like 25, and I lived in New Hampshire, and she was a college girl. It was like the hottest girl I'd ever seen in my entire life, and she's just like, take off your pants. I was like, but yeah, then she like grabbed my balls. Definitely got hard for sure, and she knew it was coming. She had a fucking smile on her face the whole time. She's a maniac.
She knew exactly.
Yeah, she knew it was
I'm
about
gonna
to go
fuck
on.
with this little
Yeah.
jerk off so bad.
Honestly, like I'm thinking back to it, my doctor 100% sent her in as a setup because he was hilarious. He was just like, he was this fat dude. He would fuck with me all the time. Like I had to get a plantar's wart frozen off, and so he had like liquid nitrogen, and he just threw it at me. But the thing is like it's like so cold, and it's so the second it hits the air, it just like evaporates. So like basically just like a cloud. And I thought I was gonna die. And he's just like,
amazing.
and now that I'm thinking back on it, it was just a regular physical, and he saw this babe that he had intern. I was just like, go check the 16-year-old kid's balls, 100%. Like I need to see this guy.
What a beautiful man!
He's incredible.
You should go
That
shake
guy.
his hand,
I should.
or send like flowers to his grave if he's dead.
He might be. He was big. He's a big dude.
You need to try to find him and contact him and be like, hey,
I could easily find him. He's the
Yeah.
only doctor in Hudson, New Hampshire.
do it.
Yeah.
Do it. We
It's
need-
the only one. It's him.
We need you to do this.
Yeah.
All right, so how did finish off how you got your hair fucked up?
Okay, yeah. So I usually just cut my hair myself.
Okay.
I just buzz it at like a 2 or whatever.
All right.
So I had a week of shows last week at House of Comedy, and I was
Yeah.
just trying to clean up before it. So I buzzed like as much as I could, and then I asked Devin to come in and finish up the back. And I asked her to like clean up the back because I didn't know what this looked like. So I handed her the buzzer, and it didn't have a guard on it or anything. You know, it was just like the skin one. And she was just like, does not even like I put it in her hand. She's talking, does not break stride, turns it on and goes, and like, dude, I knew it was happening. As soon as I handed it to her, in my head, I was like, there's no guard on that. She's not going to look. She's not. And like, I knew it to be true, but like, I wanted to be right and I wanted to be wrong at the same time. And like, dude, just like, boo, and the look on her face, it was like, she's like, oh my God, yeah. And like, Susan's such a... And I was like, you know, there's not, you didn't put a guard on there, did you? She's like, oh my God, it's not that bad. And then Bill was just like there, like a little fucking gremlin. And he just pops in and he's like, it is that bad.
And then she goes, well, we could just take the hairline up to there. And I was like,
No, dude, it was
no,
like,
we fucking can't.
it was like up here. Like it was
I was
so.
like,
it
you
was
better
so
be giving
high.
him like a Cali fade right now, because other than that, he's fucked.
It would have been a fade. And like my favorite part about this story is the night before, I had asked Devin. I like took Devin's jacket off, and I was like, "Here, I'll hang it for you. Where do you want me to hang it?" And she's like, "It's on the hook." And I went to hang it on the hook, and I broke the hook. Right? I just like snap it, and I walk out, and I was like, "So you're never." And she stops me, and she goes, "You broke the hook, didn't you?" And I was like, how the fuck did you know that? And she just like gives me the speech. She's like, look, I just like, you're not a details person. I'm the details person here. Like, you're a big picture person. I'm the one that sees the details. And then detail queen just fucking shaves my head 24 hours later. And so I've just been shitting on her all week. I'm like, so you're a details person? Is that what you are?
Oh, that's my favorite.
Ugh.
That's so good.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Jesus Christ. I had a feeling the person was gonna be Devin.
Yeah.
It was just so funny. Like I got up from my room, and I was coming out to get water or something, and it had just happened. Like
Within seconds.
Within seconds, and I just.
You just have a nose for just shit. You just know. You're just like, some shit's about to happen. I need to walk out.
So we had this conversation with Alice and Eloy about like how if you're in a trusting relationship and a loving, like you just see each other's assholes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what the other person's butthole looks like.
I mean, yeah, my nose has been in hers. I know very intimately about her butthole.
Alice had never seen Eloy's butthole.
I gotta feed DJ.
That's fine.
Should I let Rocco in?
No.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, so you can feed him. So Alice had never seen Eloy's asshole. And then she made a big thing about it because she was just like, well, what the fuck? Like, why won't you let me see it? And he wouldn't let her see it. So one day I just heard, I just hear from their room, I finally saw it. And he walked out, he's pissed, and I go, she just saw your asshole, huh? And Eloy has never raised his voice at me ever.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and goes, shut the fuck up, Bill.
Oh, shit.
I love how you were the catalyst to, that Alice was just like, bend over and show me your asshole.
I think she might have just seen it like...
How?
I don't know.
You can't see an asshole unless you spread cheeks.
Maybe she
Right?
just like...
He's pretty skinny, though.
I have less of an ass than Eloy, and you got to spread my butt cheeks.
Okay.
100%.
Listen, I know some people who can just moon you and it's just all assholes. So
I mean, I
That's
can't.
hilarious.
I'm not
Yeah.
that person. I'm not that person.
Dude, that's really funny. I wish I was that person. I'd moon everybody.
Oh, man. My greatest mooning story of all time is my cousin and my grandparents all lived back in Maryland. My cousin still lives there, but we went out there for something several years ago. Me, 3 of my sisters, like my wife at the time, my kid. It was like a family reunion kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so we went with a bunch of me and my sisters went with my cousin and a bunch of his friends, and we went to like Dave and Buster's, and we were fucking around and drinking. And
Can I quick interject real quick?
for it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I went to Dave & Buster's for the first time in my life for Devin's Christmas party.
Yeah.
And had the most fun I've ever had. Like, I had such a good time.
Never been to a Dave & Buster's?
I've never been to a Dave & Buster's. And honestly, I would never go again if I had to pay. But they're like, here, this gets you all these games for free. And then it's like $15 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was a blast. I had so much fun.
oh yeah,
I just wanted to throw that in there.
I hate it because I have to pay for it, but
I would never pay to go to Dave & Buster's. The food's garbage.
Oh, the
and
food
it,
sucks.
like the
Like-
games are like legitimately expensive.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
How
No, the
expensive?
kids kind of got into it for a second, where like I was taking them to Dave and Buster's like consecutively.
What a fun dad.
I mean,
I used to do a ton of shit with my kid. I used to make a lot more money and have a lot more disposable income, and we used to do a fucking ton of shit. Like,
That's dope.
I used to go to water parks with them all the time. Like every weekend I had, we'd go to the fucking water
That's
park
the
and do water
worst.
slides all day. I fucking love water slides.
No,
dude.
I hate going to water parks with children.
Fuck
I
it,
love
dude, my
water
kids are
slides.
badass.
Yeah, dude. I went to my dad My piece of shit dad got him and his other son season pass to the water park. He gets it every year, and then he'll hit me up once during the summer and be like, Joey's got he can bring a friend this week, so if you want to come, you could. And I was like, thanks, man. But anyway, it doesn't. We go to the water park. My little brother is a fucking pile of trash, and I love him, but we'll just walk by, and there'll be a very hot chick. And nothing. He's 12. He'll be like, that chick's hot. Check out her ass. And I'll turn around and be like, I mean, thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the last time I went, a girl's titty popped out on the slide, and I was just like, meh. And he's, oh.
You're the person that Gillette commercial was warning against.
Still have not seen that ad, and still will not watch it.
I have not seen that either.
You haven't?
No.
You guys haven't seen the Gillette ad?
No, we talked about that at game night last night. I don't. The last culture fad that I got locked into was Bird Box, which was a good movie.
Yeah.
But I'm not watching shit just because everybody's watching shit.
No, I didn't watch Bird Box.
I watched it just
I watched
to know
Bird Box like the actors in Bird Box acted in Bird Box, meaning Bird Box is playing right here, and I was in my room and I could hear it the whole time.
Sure.
And didn't see any of it.
It was a pretty good movie.
It was all right.
Sounded okay.
Yeah.
Sounded suspenseful.
It was very suspenseful.
It was very suspenseful.
Yeah.
I got it brought emotions out of me. I got real mad when I thought she was going to sacrifice the kid that wasn't her kid. But then I also put myself into the situation listen, if I'm floating down the river and it's my kid and someone else's kid, that other kid is totally dying.
100%.
I mean,
I am
that's
killing that.
That's
other
a
kid.
real easy Sophie's choice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but part of me was really I was really upset by it. I was really man, that's fucked up. You can't kill a kid. But it's
well, she wasn't killing the kid. The demons were.
Are they demons? Is that what it is?
They don't know. It's like
causation.
aliens. They don't ever show it or explain it. It's just you see it and then you want to kill yourself. You don't want to kill yourself. You kill yourself. Yeah.
It's
an
causation.
invisible force.
It's causation. She's killing the kid.
Sure.
I mean, it is.
Why did she have to?
She had to go down this fucking river to get to this place where they'd all be safe. She was trying to get to this place where they'd all be safe.
And she's going to use it as bait?
There's one point in the river where someone has to open their eyes and look because the rapids are so terrible. And so, there was this whole thing leading up to it of, who was going to look. And she, told... the girl was, the little girl... There's girl and boy, and the girl was, she was explaining to them, someone was going to have to look, and the boy was, I'll look. And she's like, no, I decide who looks.
Yeah. So she's setting it, and then the little girl's just well, I guess I'm dying.
Yeah,
then.
the little girl's... Yeah.
Yeah.
The little girl's
So who wound up looking?
No.
Nobody.
No one. She couldn't bring herself to do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to watch the movie?
No.
Spoilers. She was raising...
we fucking ruined it.
Yeah, when they were... they had a refugee house when this first started coming, and there was another pregnant woman, her and this woman ended up giving birth on the same day, and then after the woman gave birth, a crazy person broke in, killed her, and it was only Sandra Bullock and the two babies and somebody else that survived. So she's been raising this woman's kid, but very clearly hates her.
Yeah.
The whole movie, she only calls her son boy, but she hates the girl. So then when she was somebody's gonna have to pick, the girl was fuck. Looks like I'm dying today. But then she remembers the promise she made to the woman. She can't go through with it. It's very touching. I'm kind of getting choked up right now.
Imagine how fucked up that would be, though, too, to be a fucking 5-year-old kid and just knowing, fuck, this bitch is about to kill me.
Well, because, the only thing those kids have ever known is if I look, I'm going to die.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's the only thing I'm not supposed to do, and then this chick's going to force me to do it.
That's the movie, Bill.
That's the movie?
That's it.
Pretty much. They're floating down a river. It's mostly told through flashbacks.
Yeah.
Do they make it?
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that. I don't want to see it. I wanted to see I would have watched it if they died.
They die.
Dude, I hate when movies have a sad ending. I get so upset. I'm why the fuck did you just waste my time with this? I wanted to feel good at the end of it.
Sad ending's better. Sad ending's better.
I like sad endings. Like Pan's Labyrinth. Did you ever see that?
Nope. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Pan's
Pan's
Labyrinth
Labyrinth is fucking fantastic. Great. Do you like Guillermo del Toro?
You gotta read subtitles.
Stuff?
No, I don't particularly care.
Yeah.
You do have to read subtitles on it too.
I'm fine with that. I watch anime.
Pan's Labyrinth is a really good movie because it's kind of set in a fantasy realm, but also set in like
You would like
post World War II.
Okay.
Spain kind of
All right.
bounces back and forth.
I think you would like it.
Yeah.
I think I had to watch it in Spanish class, and I didn't really pay attention because she didn't put the subtitles on. She's like, "This is year 1 Spanish. You should know enough to translate this
that's
movie."
fucked
You know,
up.
and it's
Fuck
like I
off.
caught like every
Did you
20th
learn-
word.
Did you learn Spanish from a white person?
I did. It was 3 white people and then a Peruvian woman who was sexy. I saw her tits one time too.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I'll never. I can picture it in my mind right now. I haven't thought about it in like 10 years, but it was senior year, and she was okay. She wasn't sexy. She was a sexy teacher.
Sexy teacher is. You could be a 6 as a sexy teacher, but since you're a sexy teacher, you're an 8.
Yes,
But
okay.
also Latina woman in New Hampshire.
Yes, Latina woman in New Hampshire, and like bona fide Latina woman.
Yeah.
Like she grew up in Peru, and
Right.
but yeah, I remember one day she was wearing like a sheer blouse, and you could just see her bra straight through it. It was like you could see tits and bra, like upper breast and bra. And what I didn't realize is that she was also just like wearing a lace bra, and I like remember watching, being like, this is very inappropriate. Like it's like 17-year-old me was like, this is super inappropriate. But and then she like bent over at one point, and like the bra was just big enough that, you know, like you could see nipple just like cupped in it. And I was like, just make eye contact. Just make eye contact. Like she was just bent over looking for maybe a minute and a half. And I'm like, does this chick know? But yeah, saw some titties.
I used to work with this woman at a place where special needs people would come during their day. So it was a day program, and we would basically just be like a place for them to go.
I'm so concerned with where this story is going to go.
Listen,
after the last story,
I'm thinking he's
this
looking
is
at special
immediate
needs
follow-up.
titties.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I'm thinking.
No.
Or he shows like the special needs girl the X-ray of his pelvis. He's like, "That's my dick. You can see it right there."
That's 14. It's
No.
gotten bigger.
So feed it peanuts every day. No, I worked with this very attractive Scottsdale housewife type lady who, like, was. This job was nothing to her. This was just her way to give back to people, and that's why she did it. She didn't need to work.
Right.
She just decided. So she was my manager. She was my supervisor, and she had just immaculate breasts.
Yeah, big old gnats.
Just
Big
great.
old.
Were they bolt-ons or are they real?
No, they were definitely real.
Okay.
And they were just like the best C cup that you've ever seen.
There you go.
a good
That's a
one.
nice. Yeah.
It's like it's when the bra comes off, it's a perfect boob.
Yeah.
Anyway, she would wear low cut tops every fucking day, and every day the top button of her low cut top would unbutton itself.
Yeah, I'm sure it unbuttoned itself.
Every fucking day. So she would come out and she'd have an unbuttoned top. So her bra's out, like just extra cleavage is out
Yeah.
in front of no less than like 40 special needs people,
Great.
which 20 of them, normally about half were dudes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's a service in itself. I mean, she was doing
So
the Lord's work.
she'd come out, she'd do her like she'd come have lunch with everybody, and then she'd go back into her office. And when she would go back into her office, everybody would get up to throw their shit away, and no less than 5 boners would be
Yeah. Yeah, of
just
course.
fucking waving around
Yeah.
through the lunchroom. Just
More
throwing
special
fl-
needs people in Bill. Just every day. Just running around with boners. You guys too? Hey.
So I would call her back out, and I'd be like, "Hey, Jenny, can you come back out here?" And she'd come back, and she'd be like, "What's wrong?" And I'd be like, "What do you fucking think's wrong?" And just a sea of hard dicks in sweatpants, just sails going.
It's beautiful. Good for her. She provided a service.
I mean, she was providing a
that
service.
button unbuttoned itself at lunchtime every day.
That was more of a service than any of the actual work that she did.
I mean, yeah, she was a paper pusher more than anything.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, giving them tits every day, good for you.
yeah, I had a college professor. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
Is this the college professor who also does stand up?
No.
You have a college professor that does stand up?
No.
Oh.
No.
He had a person who was in one of his college classes that does stand up.
No, she like taught. That was law school.
Okay.
And she taught like some weird like thing at the school that I went to. But no, this was
We're not going to bring. We'll tell you the name after.
yeah.
Okay.
We
Do I
don't-
know the person?
We don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
give any credence.
Do I know the person?
Yeah, probably.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ooh.
So
You know I like gossip.
yeah. So in college, no, it's political statistics class, and this woman was
Sounds riveting.
that was fucking terrible. It was an awful
Obviously.
class. It was an awful class, but the greatest
Political
thing about
stats.
political stats. It was like the last class I had to take for my political science degree.
Okay.
So, and there was a reason I put it off till the very fucking end because it was terrible. Like the only way I got through that thing is like it was an open book final in which
And you wanted to fuck the professor.
well, that's what took me to the classes I had to be there for. And I was very married at the time, but I liked to look. And
Yeah.
she was like 40, but like in shape 40, tall, long brown hair, like, and wore every day like no bra. These tight,
What a liberated person.
these tight sweaters and these super tight low cut skirts.
You know what? I
And
read
like the air conditioning was always fucking, and it was just always like the whole class was just her nipples the entire time.
Great.
And she knew it. There was no way that like, and I don't want to be that guy, but it's like there's no way that you don't know that you're in a fucking college. You're a college professor at ASU,
yeah.
and that you're walking into class. And I'm not trying to fucking slut shame or anything like that, but it's just like you know that your fucking tits are rock hard for an hour every day in front of all these dudes who are clearly just staring at your tits.
Yeah, I mean, she knows.
Yeah.
has to.
Good for her.
Yeah. No, great for
Great
her.
for her.
Like I was fucking.
Did you
like,
take anything away from that class?
No, not a single thing except for remembering what she looks like.
Yeah.
I know that.
Dude, I had another. Have I ever told you guys about Miss Pietz in high school?
No.
Miss Pietz was one of the math teachers, and she was the math teacher because she was like fresh out of college and just
shit.
another one where like decent looking, but Jesus Christ, you know, she was like 22 and hot and like just like a legitimate hot bitch. Like she only talked to the popular dudes and the hot popular girls. Like did not talk to the nerd girls. Like it was bad. Yeah, like straight up. You're like clearly had her favorites, and she was just hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Like so good looking. I didn't.
I'm so envious. I never once had a hot professor
I don't think
or
it
a
happens.
teacher ever.
I don't think it happens often.
It's very rare.
Ever.
We had
Out of all the teachers I've had, there's been a couple.
we had a
How
good
dare you
looking
both.
woman and a good looking dude that worked there at
We
the
had a
same
good-looking
time.
dude?
Yeah, I'll talk to you about him after if you want, because there's a great story with him.
Oh, did he get
Obviously.
caught?
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said, did he get caught?
Yeah. Yeah. So Miss Pietz, I'd never had her because, and I'm not trying to brag, but I was in the more advanced math classes, and she taught like the more grade level math classes.
Makes sense.
You know,
Makes 100% sense.
So I didn't have her, but she subbed one day for my class, right? And she comes in and just think like cheerleader. She was like 6 feet tall, athletic build, skinny. Yeah. She comes in, she's wearing like a polo shirt and a skirt, like one of those like ruffle skirts. You know what I mean? The ones that are they'll twirl out.
Yeah.
And so she's like writing something on the board, drops the marker, bends over. Just ass and thong,
Oh, man.
like in front of the whole class, and I was just sitting there. It was like me. There's a square of 4 dudes, and like I'm telling you, all 4 of us were just like dead. And I just sat there and I was like, I think I beat off to that for like a month and a half. I'm not kidding. It was the greatest. Like first of all, I love a butt in a thong. It's like my favorite thing in the entire world. And then it's just like this hot math teacher.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I'm a boy shorts man myself. I'm gonna say.
boy shorts are nice.
Board shorts are great, but
Yeah.
like you're not going to see those. I don't want to see those in the classroom. Like I want to see those in the
Yeah.
bedroom. I want to see like weird shapes of your ass and thongs and stuff in the classroom.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's better. That's better for spank bank
I mean,
material.
Yeah.
I
it was incredible.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
A whale tail
Yeah.
spotting is just.
Yeah, I mean, I like a good old fashioned whale tail spotting. This was like vagina.
That's amazing.
It was beautiful.
Good for
Wait,
you,
what?
buddy.
Yeah, she bent over and like we saw up under her skirt.
Wow.
It was incredible. Like it was just like bare
Just
ass
the whole
and
thing.
thong.
Did
and,
I
you
tell-
know, like
did I
the-
tell
You only see that kind of stuff in movies, really.
It was
Did I
very
tell
movie
the,
scene.
the leg
Yeah.
pressing story ever on the podcast?
which one?
The leg pressing story. Like
No,
when
they
you're
said.
not supposed to see vagina and you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just one of those things that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
I agree.
There was one senior girl that was nice to me when I was a freshman in high school, and her name was Alicia, and she was leg pressing, and I happened to be just in the squat rack squatting like behind the leg press, and there's a mirror in the like behind the leg press that goes the entire length of the wall, and I can see every time she goes down, her shorts part over, and her vagina's just sitting there winking at me every rep. And I like fucking. I swear to God, I dropped the weight. Like I had like 145 pounds on my back or 35 pounds, and I just dropped it. I was just like, "Ah!" Like. You're a ninth grader and you just get winked at by a pussy twice. You're just like, ah!
Yeah,
You know what to do.
that'll startle you.
You don't know what to do. It's a startling thing.
I don't know that I've seen. Wild vagina.
No, you haven't seen free range pussy.
Not that I can think of.
Besides,
besides
the cats in my neighborhood.
I feel like there might be one, but I can't recall it. But well, who's your high school dude who got?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he came in, I think my junior or senior year, and it was this dude, and he was like a frat bro dude. He's a good looking dude.
Yeah.
And he was like the gym teacher. Yeah, definitely the gym teacher.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember the whole year he would just, he'd always talk to like the hot popular girls, especially this one girl whose name I just remembered. I can't believe it.
Fuck.
Yeah, I can't believe I want to say, I'm just going to say it out loud because I can't believe, but her name was Lindsay Vasick.
Okay.
And hopefully that's not her name anymore. But yeah, he would just real inappropriate with everybody. You know what I mean? Because he
Yeah.
was like a child, really. Like I remember coming in one day and he just like walked up next to me while we were like walking out. We had an outdoor ropes course. So we were like going from gym class to outdoor ropes course. And he just like walked up to me. He's like, "Oh man, I was up all night pissing out of my ass." And I was like, "I'm 17. You can't. I don't think you can
That's
like.
something you say to your student.
Yeah, you shouldn't really say that." And
Yeah.
like, so he was just fucking hungover. He was just like a party dude. Hey, beautiful.
Hi, Dev.
Hi, Dav.
And so we'd do like shit like that. And like, I remember one time we were in gym class and Lindsay was sitting like up on, like our gym class had a stage too. Did you guys's? Our
Like the
our
gymnasium was also the auditorium.
Exactly. Yeah.
okay.
So it was like it was a stage and then a basketball
Yeah, I hear ya.
court in front of it. And so like Lindsay was sitting up on the thing, just like legs open in a skirt, and he's just like standing right in front of her. You know what I mean? It's just far enough away that he can just get the whole thing, and like she's playing into it.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, this is real fucking creepy. And then he got shit canned the next week for the only thing they said was inappropriate relationships with students.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We had a guy who was he was the assistant coach of the wrestling team when I was wrestling on it. And he was only there for when I started wrestling, I had been going to college for 2 years, and I walked on after the season closed the first year I was on it. So I was like in postseason with them training,
Right.
and then I went on, and my first season fully was the next year with the team. So this guy worked there from the time it was postseason until the beginning of preseason the next year. And he was having sex with no less than 3 women on the wrestling team, and probably more that went to the college.
Damn.
Just throwing dick around.
Was he a good-looking dude?
He wasn't the greatest looking dude, but he was shredded.
Okay.
Like, he was 198 pounds of pure fucking muscle.
Right.
I'd like to applaud you for turning shredded into a 3-second word.
Dude,
I thought it was gonna be he was shredded, and it was That was good shit. I wasn't expecting that at all. How many people? I'm thinking about it right now. I had 2 gym teachers get fired for inappropriate relationships at my school. There was a dude, there was a lesbian woman. She got canned. She used to hit on my friend Bree all the time. She was the volleyball coach. I had a gay dude get fired because he was gay.
Okay.
I had a science teacher get fired because he had a teddy bear that he put on the floor, and there was a camera pointing up.
Oh fuck.
And he did not close out his window on the computer. And a student saw it and was like, "This guy's got a fucking video camera pointed up from the ground."
dude, he's getting up the skirt shots.
Yeah,
he was one of those.
Absolutely, yeah. Because there were like rumors about him for a while, like because he was a real creepy dude.
Wow.
I had another teacher get fired for pulling wig off.
What?
Bandana. I'm sorry, in my class.
Jesus
it was
Christ.
great, and I fucking hated that guy. He was an asshole. And then we had the ROTC guy. One of his like cadets, the day she turned 18, they took off and like got married, and she was pregnant.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, my school was like fucking rife with that shit.
Dude, we had one dude who, like, I still know his daughter, and like she married one of my buddies on the wrestling team, but her dad was like the construction and like he's like the wood shop guy. Yeah. But it was like construction. Like he would build houses with glasses.
Right.
And he was sending inappropriate messages, so he got canned. But that was way after I was in school. When I was in school, like we had the wrestling coach guy, and then we had the fuck. There was one more like kind of weird instance, but I don't think anybody ever got fired. Like our school system didn't fire anybody. I had my English teacher was this Vietnam vet, and like the class was like crazy one day, and he's like yelling at everybody, and I dropped my pencil, and I went to pick it up, and he fucking ripped me up out of my desk. Like, this is the one time I'm not the asshole in the story. This is the one fucking time I'm not the bad guy. He just fucking pulled me right up out of my desk by my fucking shirt and like the scruff of my neck, and just started fucking screaming at me.
Jesus.
My mom went to the my mom was like involved in the school system to the point like she put student teachers into that school system through the college. So she knew everybody. She went to the principal, she went to the superintendent, and they didn't do shit.
Wow.
Like, he didn't have any repercussions for putting hands on a kid in 2000 fucking... That was 2005?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that dude that got fired for pulling that chick's wig off, he slapped me one day.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually,
He
I
hit me with a
had
ruler.
hands put on me by several teachers. Like, one time I got in a fight in the lunchroom. This kid, I don't remember even what he said. I'm pretty sure it was like faggot or something. It was like 8th grade. And I just
when it was okay to say it.
I just reached across the table and grabbed him by the back of the head and smashed his face into his plate.
He deserved it.
And this dude, Mr. Propek, who had a gin blossom nose the entire time I fucking knew him, like he definitely would come to school drunk. He had like one of those pot bellies that was like hardened fat. Like he was like carrying around a carapace of a turtle in his stomach. and he slammed me against the wall, and I don't know how he had the strength to, because I was like 200 pounds. He had me up on the wall, and he was just screaming at me. I smell the fucking gin on his breath.
Yuck.
Damn. You know,
Abusive.
I've been thinking about this the whole time. We never talked shit about Scott Gesser.
Oh, we didn't.
We didn't at all.
Yeah.
Scott Gesser. Well, we said that he's Jewy enough to send a picture of his thermometer.
Absolutely.
And,
No.
Do you think he did, hang on. Do you think he took his temperature rectally?
ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely.
Right?
He,
Yeah.
That's how he's getting a solid reading.
Absolutely. That's the best way to get a reading.
That's the way to do it.
And
He
I grew up
wants
with
to make sure it's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up with Italians who were basically Jews, and they would only take my
Italian-
temperature rectally,
Really?
which was really obnoxious. Up until I was 12 and realized you could just like put it under your armpit, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know, at school they just put it under my tongue, so like we're not going in the ass anymore.
yeah.
So I could imagine he's probably pretty comfortable with rectal thermometer readings.
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, so Scott, he definitely took his rectal thermometer temperature.
Yeah.
What was the reading?
100.3.
That's
Oh,
barely
what a
a fever.
What a bitch!
1.7 degrees, Gesser? How dare you?
It's pretty brutal.
That's
Can't believe.
Ugh.
100.3?
0.3?
100.3.
100.3. 98.6 is
That's
the norm.
1.7. I already said 1.7 degrees.
1.7
Degree fever.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm really good at math.
Oh my.
I'm really good at simple math.
Yeah, that's why you didn't get the hot math teacher.
I'm
You
good
only
at
got-
math
you
in
only
the
got it
tens and
once.
hundreds. Give me tens and hundreds math. I'll do it all day.
When I worked at Sears, I figured out like a different way to multiply 2-digit numbers, and I like showed people, and they were like, "Okay, what the fuck's wrong with you?" And I've seen in the last like 6 months, I've seen a dozen different instructional videos on how I've been multiplying for 14 years now.
I think that's the Common Core thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it foiling?
I don't know.
I don't want to talk about math
I
anymore.
don't either.
But yeah, I like math. I don't know why.
Good for you, buddy.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
Honestly, like he's just got the most logical brain that I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can spell anything too. It's
Yeah.
obnoxious.
I can't spell rhythm.
Can't spell rhythm?
can't
I
spell
cannot
rhythm?
spell rhythm.
Try it.
RHYTH.
No, you fucked it up already.
See, that's what I'm talking about. RHTHYM.
I don't think that's it either. Riz,
RHYTHM?
listen, you're talking to somebody who doesn't know how to spell because I didn't actually go to school.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I
Yeah.
cannot spell rhythm. It won't stick in my head.
There's
I don't
only
wanna
a
fact
few
check
things
it.
of mine like that are cognitively
Everything else
fucked
though,
up.
like I'll be sitting there posting the episode,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, "Hey Brian, how do I spell this word?"
Yeah.
and he goes, "Bill, I'm not your fucking spell checker, but just do it."
But you know what's frustrating about that is that all he'd have to do is type in the incorrect word
No.
and
Yeah.
auto like
Hey, no. If I've asked you, that means I've done it, and I'm.
He's so far off that not even auto check can help him.
That's what that means, motherfucker.
That happens to
need
me.
you at that point, Brian.
That happens to me too.
sometimes
and
the words are like I'm like, Bill, come on. Come on.
It
I'm
happens to
fucking
me.
stupid, okay?
when it happens to me, I'm like, I just know another word for this. I'll just use the other word
The
that
other
means
word.
the same thing.
A synonym. You'll use a synonym.
Yeah, but
is a good one.
I don't even say synonym.
I don't know
Shut him
why
in a
I'm
minute.
so logical. I have no idea. Like nobody in my family is
It-
like that.
Do you want
It
to know
doesn't
why?
add
Yeah.
up.
Because when you were 12, you got hit in the head with a golf club.
That makes sense. And when I was like 22, I fell and smashed my head on a concrete floor.
See?
So
You shook
head
out.
trauma.
You shook out all the bullshit that your family put in there.
Yeah.
Right.
With just getting hit in the head a few times.
that's all you have to do.
Exactly.
It is.
That's what happened to Sam Kinison, right? He got hit by a car and then he was Sam Kinison.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
I
to him.
I pray.
You ever read that book?
No, but I pray most days that I could get struck by a vehicle. Ugh.
It'd be
And
a
live.
payday.
Yeah, payday, exactly. I just don't want to work for a few months.
Yeah, dude.
I pray for a slip
I
and
hope
fall
that
every now and
honestly,
then.
like, that's like your. Alice got hit by a car on a bike, and she got the information. Like, I've been hit by a car on a bike, and I didn't get. They just fucking left. I got a tail light out of the deal.
Fucking Rocco is farting so fucking bad.
Yeah, he's got
and
really.
it's coming directly. He's like, his asshole is like pointed directly at me, and it's just coming right up.
Yeah.
It's so fucking bad, Bill. I don't know what you feed this fucking dog, but please give him something better. Yeah, you smell that? You smell that? I've been smelling that for like 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds of
Yeah,
that
it's
just
so bad.
roasting my fucking nose.
Yeah, dude, he's got like beefy farts.
Yo,
They're the worst.
it wouldn't be Meat Sweats if Rocco didn't fart during it.
Is that true?
That's
farts in every episode.
almost every episode.
Yeah.
Rocco
That's
has
hilarious.
shit himself,
Yeah.
and we have had to talk about it because it's just fucking atrocious.
Frank Hurley, where can people find you?
They can find me at Twitter and Facebook. Don't do Twitter. I don't know why I said Twitter. Instagram, I guess, and Facebook. I don't really do social media much anymore. It's
Fine.
the worst.
What do you want to promote? What do you want to plug?
Let's see.
You
I
do
don't
you,
know.
buddy.
Check out the Shane Doan roast next month,
February 12th,
February 13th.
13th.
That I'm not on it, but
Brian's writing for it.
I am
I'm
writing for
producing
it?
the audio on it.
Awesome.
Bill's producing it. The week before that at the Grid, I'll be.
Are you guys going to get me in there to meet Shane Doan? Because I love
Yeah.
Shane Doan.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get
we'll
you in
get you
there.
in.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. February 6th, I'm at the Grid doing all your favorite game shows.
Fuck yeah.
Yep, it's not your show. That's
It's not my
unfortunate.
show. You know why? Because they canceled my show.
Oh.
On every night except for once a month.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Once
sorry.
a month. Next week.
And then
You can,
I'll be in New Orleans at the end of the month. At the end
Oh.
of February.
New
Yeah, we're
Orleans.
going to New Orleans for
New
Mardi Gras.
Orleans.
Oh, you
I
bad
know-
motherfucker. You're going to
Smell
die.
that? That's Rocco. You smell Rocco?
Oh my god, it smells like Fritos and beef meal. It's the worst.
Yeah.
That's a fresh one.
Yeah,
Oh
that's-
my god.
It's been like 3 in a row. It's 3 in a row. Fucking
Rocco.
farts by
It's-
Rocco.
It kind of smells like butane.
It's so bad.
Rocco.
It's so bad.
There's also House of Comedy on February 20th. Come check out the Bingos and Brews show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah,
all
Bingo
3
and
of us will
Brews.
be
Yeah,
there.
we'll all
for
be
that
there.
Yeah, I just got to put that in my calendar because it's not.
one.
Real fun thing. Big announcement. I will be producing a show at House of Comedy
Yes,
on
you will.
March 20th.
Hey, Bill.
It's a kind of an interesting idea, and it's going to be a lot of work. I'm really excited for it. I'm kicking around names for the show right now. I haven't done it.
The best one he has so far is AIDS Burger in Paradise. Is that it?
No, it wasn't
Oh.
AIDS Burger in Paradise.
I like that one. AIDS Burger in Paradise should be it.
I liked the one I had for it was Not Your Dad's Home Movies. That was my favorite one.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
What about Mercury?
So if that's your favorite one, we got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what about mercury-filled rectal thermometer? Can you call it that? A comedy
think-
show?
I don't
Mercury-filled rectal thermometer? A comedy show?
I don't
Subtitle,
think
a
House
comedy show.
of Comedy will let me use that as a name.
Okay.
Yeah. We got to get Papa Bronson on board for it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Also,
We'll
be on the
workshop this.
lookout. We're going to be producing a. This is like super insider information, but rumor has it, allegedly, Flourish will be like kind of catering an event at House of Comedy, a medicated event where it's in the
Ooh.
works right now, and we do have
Nice.
Flourish, which is an Arizona-based edibles company trying
Yeah.
to like get it. So that should be fun too.
That
That'll
should
be
a good
really
time.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lots of good things happening. We love you, everybody.
Guys,
Follow Brian. He didn't say it, but it's at Cryan Beardley on Instagram
Yeah.
and Brian Kearley on Facebook. He'll be tagged.
Thank you.
We love you and have a great rest of your whatever the fuck this is for you.
Scott Gesser.
Yeah, fuck Scott Gesser.
fucking
Scott Gesser will
Gesser.
be back in the podcast. He made us a fucking intro song and it's fantastic.
yeah.
Also, if you guys
And I'm using it, so fuck you, Scott.
Yeah.
you know, as a thank you to Scott, I have the video of him doing the in memoriam video. Do you want to like post that?
Yeah, we could post
Okay,
Yeah,
that.
great.
totally. Let's
That'd be
post
fun.
that.
All
That'd
right.
be fantastic.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Brian. Bye, everybody. Love you.
Take some time during the Curious Yearlies to celebrate these people and all the other comedians that we've lost. Here to perform an original song in memoriam is Scott Gesser.
How much time do I have left? Sometimes it can be tough to say goodbye to all our friends and family gone too soon. The community breaks down and you're standing on the stage and playing to the back of an empty room. But still there have been others who have left for pastures green, bestowing all their farewells on the Phoenix comedy scene. And I know it seems the future's looking bleak, but don't worry, they'll be coming back like every other week. Why the hell did you leave Arizona? Why'd you do that to yourself? You still perform in Phoenix more than any goddamn where else. If you don't spread your wings, then you won't improve. If you're gonna move, then just fucking move. Just get out and stay out. And remember, we love you. Thank you so much.